Hi guys, in today's class we'll see cloud web security. You can say it's a cloud-based WAF as well, Web Application Filtering. Okay, so cloud web security in Cisco, they have introduced umbrella-based cloud security, but umbrella wasn't originally developed. It was actually migrated, or you can say they acquired OpenDNS, and later same platform they made it as an Cisco umbrella. Okay, so regarding that Cisco umbrella, how does it works, how it does an application filtering or web-based filtering, right? We'll try understanding in today's slide. Okay, so let me take you guys to our next slide. Now here you can see this is an architecture of your cloud-based filtering. Okay, so here we can see we have a cloud web security detailed traffic flow. It's a completed traffic flow of a cloud web security. Okay. Now, understand what happens in this cloud web-based filtering. Let's say these are the users which are in my organization, right? They are connected to our distributed switch, and from there they are connected to our gateway. This is our gateway, and from gateway we are connected to our internet, and from internet our traffic reaches to our cloud. Okay, cloud. Now this is Cisco Cloud Web Security. It means those servers which will apply your policies to your web traffic, right? That is deployed somewhere, that is present somewhere on a cloud. It's not in our enterprise, it's not in our premises. It is somewhere present on a cloud. Understood? So what happens here, the most important part what you guys have to understand, this entire cloud web security works based on DNS. So the major factor here is DNS. Okay, so these servers will have a dedicated DNS servers. So Cisco umbrella uses 2 DNS servers. So what happens in this DNS server? Whenever you guys are requesting any web traffic here, these are the users initiating a web traffic. Let's say we are initiating www.facebook.com. We are initiating this facebook.com. So what happens with the Facebook? First of all, there will be a DNS request, right? And it's not like in general anyone will be resolving your DNS query. No, here we'll have a dedicated Cisco umbrella or OpenDNS. Any particular DNS server will be configured here. It's not like 8.8.8 or 4.2.2.2. No, we are not using that dedicated DNS servers. No, we have to use Cisco's DNS server, and they control the traffic based on that DNS request itself. So this request will go to your firewall. Now firewall is not a DNS filtering device. It will forward your request to your internet, and from the internet your request of Facebook will go to your web server. This is cloud web security server. Understood? Now in this server they will check your DNS request www.facebook.com. They will match with the policy, whether your policy allows facebook.com or not. So basically they take an action with your domain name itself. Now depends what type of filtering have we applied. It's like DNS is allowed, and the content, if it is malware detected or something, if that is blocked, that's a different thing, that's a different filtering. The initial level of web filtering will be done based on the DNS itself, right? So here this DNS server, right, this server is working on the particular DNS IP address. That DNS IPs will be configured in our client's PC. Now you might be thinking, let's say if someone does not use the given DNS address, now whatever the DNS address here I have, right, if I don't use that DNS server, let's say I have x.x.x.x IP of the DNS server provided by this cloud web security server. If this guy does not use this IP address, in that case, what will happen? See, you have to make sure that on this firewall, only the required DNS server is allowed, not any DNS server. So the user will be forced to use the DNS server which company will be giving, right? I mean, which Cisco Cloud Web Security server will be giving. So client should be forced, or let's say if I'll have a DHCP server, in a DHCP server itself, I'll configure that DNS server IP, right? This cloud server's DNS server IP I'll be using in a DHCP, and DHCP will be allocating here. If someone manually changes also, right, on a firewall there should be a policy which should deny a DNS request for any other IP addresses, right? So now these users will not have any other choices. User has to use the DNS provided by our vendor, by Cisco, right? These are kind of, SaaS based technologies. You are not creating anything. You are taking a subscription. So subscriptions can be based on the number of users. So if your company size is 1 to 50, this will be considered as a small organization. Same if I have around 100 to 200, that will be considered as a mid size of organization. Higher the number of employees, right? The number of employees will actually decide the size of your company. So when you take a subscription of a cloud web security, based on that number of users you can protect in your internal network. There is no requirement of any internal servers, like you don't need any WAF device, you don't need any WSA device inside your premises. You don't have to deploy any virtual or a physical device. This is benefit of cloud. It's a cloud based service, guys. Okay, so in a cloud based web security, what happens? It's web security. See guys, I'm talking about dedicated traffic web, right? So web traffic means what? HTTP, HTTPS, FTP, right? DNS. This type of traffics will be filtered by your web security server. It won't handle ping, SSH, telnet. No, these are not the web-based traffics, right? So I believe I'm clear with a basic fundamental. Basic fundamental is, on a firewall I should not allow any DNS. I should allow only the DNS on which this servers works. So this DNS IPs will be configured in a DHCP, or a manual configuration will happen here, right? Now from here, whenever you are initiating a traffic, web traffic, www.xyz.com, anything, so your request will go to your gateway. From a gateway your request will go to internet. From a internet your request will go to a web server, and the web server will apply a policy. You can see here the content is blocked, file is blocked, URL is blocked. What is blocked? So if it matches with any one of these blocking part, your request will be blocked or dropped. If not, then your request will reach to actual web server, right? So we are sending a traffic from the cloud web security server to a web server, right? It means for a web server, who is client? Client are these security servers, not this guy. These are not the actual servers. So it means between my client and my server, these servers are playing a role of proxy, right? These are playing a role of proxy. That's why we call it as a proxy based solution as well. This is proxy based solution. So once your request comes here, it will send it to your web server. Web server will reply back to a cloud security servers, assuming that are my clients, and these servers via internet, it will reply back to your actual client. So this is the detailed cloud web security traffic flow. Okay. In a next video, I'll explain you guys with the scenario with the particular IP addresses, where I'll show you how the actual packet flow happens, where the translation occurs, right? All those details about cloud web security I'll be showing you. Till then, make sure you guys are aware of this traffic flow in our cloud web security. Thank you.